Michigan, and we are here in the ARCA Series for 30 laps at Old Michigan. So that's cool. We'll see if we can do alright. Sometimes I can be quick here. Sometimes I can be way off. It all really depends. This is one of my favorite tracks, though. But Dennis said hi. He said he's a fan. So good luck to him. He's in the 16 car, and Parker as well in the number 5. So good luck to them. Hopefully we can all do pretty good. It's going to be pretty tricky, I think. Though the setup feels pretty gripped up, I feel like I'm going to struggle with saving right front, though. It gets so tight in turn 3. I tend to overdrive turn 3 pretty bad. We'll see what we can do. We are number 3. We'll go out here and try and qualify, but we usually know how that plays out. Trying to get a big run on the top. Here at Old Michigan, we just ran here in my Gen 4 league, but you want to be like one seam off the bottom through the corner, because the bottom gets a little bit too loose. So let's see what we can do here. Don't ever lift completely off of it. Careful with that seam. Trying to get loose on me, but actually pretty gripped up. Usually these cars are pretty loose here, but with this setup it actually feels pretty good. That means it's probably going to get very tight later. Probably slowed down too much for that. I'm going to lose some time on exit. We're pushing out towards the wall. That was bad. Still going to be a sub 41, it looks like. 40.3. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. I will take that. And a little bit tighter on entry that time. It's going to hurt us. Still get a decent run, though. Whole time right now is at 40.1. See if we can get a little bit better for 3 and 4. Okay, I got it to set through the corner better, it felt like. Can we keep it from sliding out towards the wall too much? Not that much better. Still half a tenth better here, though. Losing it a bit. And we're going to be a tiny, tiny bit quicker. We run a 0.2. That's going to bump us up again. We're sitting P2 at the moment. So that's one of my better qualifying runs for a while. I will take that. 30 laps here, though. And with how little off-throttle time there is, it's going to be pretty stacked up for a while. Hopefully we can settle in and not get run over or have to check up big time and lose a ton. Back when we ran the 550 package for NIS, which was just the absolute worst, coming to big tracks like this was just terrible, because you would check up for something happening in front of you and the entire field would go by you. It was so bad. I remember I was running like 6th or maybe even top 5 in one of the NIS races with like 20 laps to go. And I checked up out of 2 because they were wrecking in front of me, but then they saved it, and then the entire field passed me, and I wound up getting like 30th. All because I lifted a little bit. And that is why I absolutely despise the low power, high downforce package that the Cup Series ran. It's not racing, it's just, I mean, it's luck based. It's very dumb. But luckily we don't have that here. We got a little bit low power, but low downforce as well, which at least creates some racing. These cars are still a ton of fun to drive. And the Gen 4 even more so, since they have that added power. Let's make sure we got this how we want it. 14 to 1, 60%. We'll just stick with that. Right now we're still sitting P2. That's looking good. And hopefully we'll be able to ride around and keep our tires on it and stay up towards the front the whole time. No guarantee I will be able to. I remember we raced Auto Club and I qualified decently, and I just fell back the whole time and was never really good on speed. But we're at Michigan.
Alright, man,
Let's get this all prepared just in case.
We've put in plenty of fuel to finish.
Hopefully we don't need it.
The estimated SOF is
2,911.
we expect to be fighting for the podium.
Pit road is closed.
So Parker qualified 8th. That's cool. And Dennis qualified 11th, so they're right around each other. We are on the outside of the front row. And hopefully we'll get a decent start and can maintain position. 30 laps is going to feel like a long time here. I think this is one of the longer races of the season for ARCA. 60 miles. I think this is more laps, or more miles than the mile-and-a-half tracks we go to. Tried to say mileage and miles at the same time, and it sounded strange. We're waiting on people to grid. The one car's not here yet, or the pole sitter, which is the one car. He'll probably just pull away if I had to guess. I don't know. I think draft is going to be pretty big, but not as big as some of the other cars, like the trucks or something.
You don't get any extra tire sets for this race, so let's be smart out there.
We'll do what we can. It's going to be tough to get a good start, I think, on the outside, front row. Are we going to be starting in first or second? Probably first, the way it's feeling. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, definitely second. See if we can stay up in the top 5. Right in line. It's going to be tough in traffic, of course. We'll do what we can. See, make sure we don't run anybody over, and hopefully we won't get run over, but we can't control what people behind us do, so no reason to worry about it. The one car was hanging back way far until we got to the backstretch, and now he's all over the pace car. Let's see what kind of start we can get. Just watching him out my left monitor.
Get ready.
Coming to the green. 30 laps here at Old Michigan. One of my favorites. See how early he goes here.
Alright, man. Pace cars in. Green, green, green.
He waited until green. I think green came out a little bit sooner than any of us were really expecting. We actually maintain our second place. How long is that going to last? I don't know. He's already pulled away by quite a bit in front of us. Try and not get it too tight on entry to 3. Or we're going to be paying for it later in the race. We got a nice gap through that corner. Alright, I can feel it yawing out. It's keeping it on the right rear a little bit. Speed-wise, we are not going to have anything for the 1, it looks like. But that was kind of what we expected. But it looks like we're able to pull away, as long as we don't push up into the wall, pull away from the 2 car. At least in these early laps. I don't know what tire wear is going to look like in the next 15 laps. We might be falling pretty bad later. Or we might push up and hit the wall. Well, we're hanging with the one car, 4/10 back. It's kind of been that way the last 2 laps. And there's that big push we need to really avoid in 3. Because that will just get worse and worse and worse. And we'll be dropping like a rock. This tiny brake drag. Below that seam that got a little loose, but honestly that's probably a good thing. Keep it from getting too tight. We actually gained a bit back on the 1 there. And we really, really need to back up turn 3 because it is not wanting to turn. I'm not trying to push super hard to keep up with the 1 or anything. I'm just trying to run my line. Let's not hit that wall on entry like we love to do here. .8 back, so that's nice. We're keeping pace with the 1. He's entering the corner much wider than me, which is probably a lot better. I have the tendency to enter way too shallow. But he's also nearly getting the wall and exit. Surprisingly. All of a sudden, we're right on him. We got 15 car coming out of the pits. Guess I'll look to his inside here so we don't have to check up.
Got 1 outside. Still there? Hold the line. That car is
But
the
he's
line
probably saving tires a lot better.
there. Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
We might get a chance to lead a lap.
All clear, all clear. Outside. Still there? Hold the line.
We do lead a lap. That's cool.
Good job, man. You're in first. Stay low. You're clear high. Clear high. Got 1 outside. Still there? Hold the
We'll
line.
be running side by side. It's going to be terrible for the tires, and we're going to lose time to 2, but that's okay. He's using up more tire on the outside of us than we are
On the high side.
on the inside.
All clear, all clear.
As long as he doesn't wreck us, we're fine. We complete the pass. I really don't think we're going to stay here. I think we're going to be worse off on tires long run, but we will see. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. Actually gained quite a bit on him there. A 10th. It's so tight on entry to 3. Everywhere else it's a little bit loose, but with a lot of stability. But 3, it just shoves like crazy. It's a little bit sharper of an entry than it is for turn 1. And there could be some wind playing in effect. No turn there at all either. Feel like we're going way too hard. The 1's going to be coming up and getting us back later, possibly even the 2. Just trying not to get my hopes up for anything. We're out here leading laps, that's always fun, regardless of the outcome, most generally. Now if the 3, or not the 3, I'm the 3. If the 1 falls back and starts racing the 2, or the 2 starts racing him, that could be really good for us. That would use up their tires and allow us to pull away a bit if they're side by side. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm getting it yawed out in turn 1 and 2. Turn 3 is really the only place that's concerning me right now. That actually felt okay right there. We need to be careful getting on the seam though. And getting it loose and washing up the track. That felt perfect though. That felt perfect. Half a second back now.
20 to go. Go get him.
Still 20 laps to go though. Lots of time. That was a big tight moment into turn 1. First time I've felt that. That's not going to be getting any better. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to be holding this. But we're solidly in the top 5 at the moment. So that's good. I think the 1 and the 2 both kind of caught me that lap, unfortunately. Okay, that was a better turn 1 than we had last time. Turn 1 and 2. 2 cars holding pace. He's 1.1 back. I need him to catch the 1, and I need him to get held up. We got some smoke into 3 that time. Don't see anything. Using the throttle to try and get it on the right rear. Okay, that was pretty good actually for getting it on the right rear. I don't know if speed-wise it was very good. Doesn't look like it. It's like more smoke in turn 3 maybe, or maybe that's just an optical illusion, or maybe I'm going to self-spin and lose all the time I gained. Oh, it's tight. Holy cow, it's tight all of a sudden. That was the worst corner we've done so far. Yeah, we were not saving tires like the 1 and the 2 were. But we expected that to be the case. Let's go ahead and move the brakes back. It's not going to help us too much, but it will help us a bit. Man, we've hit a wall with how tight it is now, though. That's unfortunate. Out of nowhere, just massive tight. But we did gain a bit back on the 2. But the 1's catching back up a little bit at a time. We've not been catching this lap car at all, though. If I could get it down to that seam, I could get it to rotate, but I'm pushing so bad on entry now, I can't get it down there. Thought this might happen. I thought we'd be falling off. We can try and hold off the 2 once the 1 passes us back. Which would be right out of this corner, because we're pushing so bad. I don't know why he didn't go to my inside there. Maybe he didn't want to get caught racing side by side and let the 2 catch up or something. Not sure. I guess he wants to get to my outside. Which is strange.
You got one outside.
Because then he gets real tight and puts it in the wall. He probably could have easily passed me if he went to my inside on the backstretch when he had that big run. That saves us a bit.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is one.
I never touched him. I don't think I pushed up that bad either. That's strange. He was really trying to get to my outside, but I guess he knows it's going to be very, very hard to pass on the bottom. I don't know. It was weird. We'll see if we can pull away now. He hit the wall pretty good.
I don't know if that was in that code. I'm sorry.
But I am massively tight. It might have time to get back to us, but if the one battles with the two, it might be all we need. Because our right front's dead. Luckily, him hitting the wall slowed both of them down. We're going to have to be very cautious here. We got 11 to go. Oh, just no turn left at all. But we are still pulling away, I think. Maybe not. But they still got to pass each other. I think the 2 is definitely quicker than the 1 now with the damage. But making that pass, not going to be easy unless he just pulls over, which I don't suspect he will. Looks like they're too wide. The 2 might have just cleared him. He's probably got time to get here, unfortunately. 10 to go.
We have 10 to go this time.
Already got the brakes all the way back. Nothing we can do.
Yeah, DM me real quick. Let me respond. Come on, man.
Just try and get it slowed down so we can get to that seam right there and maybe get an exit.
Alright, I won't DM you then. What was that, man?
I already said, man, I thought it was netcode, but I didn't mean to come down on you if that was the case. Why would I race you that hard for that many laps just to do that? It's shitty.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I wasn't pressing. I was saying, what was that? Like, I didn't know. Yeah, I was just saying what happened. Netcode and netcode.
1.3
Well,
back.
I don't know. I didn't.
They're discussing net code. We can look at the incident. We don't need to hear about it right now. The 2 is so much quicker than me. He's got way too many laps left as well. He's getting much better exits. He's got so much better tires. I just am killing my momentum every corner because I got to slow down so much. The 1 did not hold him off long enough, or hold him up long enough.
Dirty.
Unfortunately for us. But we might be able to hold him off if he goes to our inside. If the 1 was that desperate to get to our outside, then maybe the outside just going to be way, way better. And we'll be able to hold him off that way. I don't know. But he might be able to just pass us on the outside if he doesn't hit the wall like the 1 car did. Oh, we got too many laps to go. We need this race to be over next lap. We gained another 10th back on him actually that time. Just got to keep it smooth, make it as hard as possible for him to get up here. Hopefully our tires will equalize. Maybe he's pushing a bit harder to get to us. Okay. 6 to go. This lap car may play a role in this, unfortunately. Okay, that felt like a good exit, but he still gained a little bit on us. But we gained some back. Sitting at 1.1. Oh, missed the entry. Missed the entry massively there. It's going to hurt us throughout this whole corner. And our entry is going to be compromised by the 15. This is unfortunate timing here. Oh, thank you for backing off. Thank you, thank you.
Clear high, clear high.
Got 5 laps to go. Massive tight because I still stayed a little bit lower than I had been. But he is going to get held up on exit, maybe. A little bit. Tiny bit. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit. Keep it steady. Keep it out of the wall. Oh man, 4 to go. Oh, tight, tight, tight. Just gotta hope he is feeling just as tight. But I don't think he is because he's gaining on us on entry. And not losing it down the straightaway. But if we can keep it stable, I don't know if he's got enough time anymore. He's still a second back. He hasn't been closing that fast these last few laps. 3 to go. Oh, 0.9. Please get a better exit than he does. Doesn't look like we will. I've been struggling in turn 1 and 2 pretty bad these last few laps. And that was the worst entry to turn 3 that we've had all day. Come on, we can't just be giving him time like that. That was terrible. 2 to go.
2 laps to go.
Alright, that felt pretty good. We can get it off the corner okay. Still 0.8 back. Let's get it through 3. Sort of. Coming to the white flag, come on. 2 more solid corners.
1 more lap to win.
2 more solid corners. All right, 1 down, 1 to go. He gains on us, but he's running out of time. Just have to be smooth through 3 and 4. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, we got lucky. Thanks, good race. We got lucky. If the one car hadn't put himself in the wall on our outside, we weren't going to win that. He had done much better on his tires, and the 2 was going to catch us had he not had to check up. For that, he was going to pass us as well. But I will take it. I will take an ARCA win at my favorite track. That is awesome. We got lucky. We got lucky, but it's awesome to get lucky sometimes. Whoo, man. Thank goodness we were able to hold on to that. I was so worried I was going to get tight on exit and put it in the wall. Oh, man. But we held it together. I guess we'll do some burnouts since we had to work pretty hard to fight off the 2, or hold off the 2. And we don't get to do burnouts very often. Oh, man. But that does ruin the tire readings, and I was kind of curious about that. We won! We win the race! How about that? Just that I was predicting throughout the race, though, they started catching us. I was not saving my tires very good. But he put it in the wall on the outside. He kept trying to get to our outside. 60. That's probably accurate for the right front. The rears are dead, though, after the burnout. But he must have known that the inside was just going to be way, way too tight to make the pass, and that was going to kill his tires, and he wasn't going to be able to hold off the 2 once he got bogged down on our inside, probably. And so he tried to get to our outside, and he nearly did, but then he just got way tight. And let's take a look at everything. Ooh, we get some contact ahead. 17 gets a tap from the 5. They're just all checked up on entry here. Just a tiny, tiny little tap. And he actually saves it. He actually saves it completely. Loses a bunch of track position, but doesn't wreck. So that's good. Some blinking. 15's gonna grab the wall, my favorite wall to grab, and that's safer barrier. Kills your tires, or kills your right front. Suspension gets towed in. There's the other jut out of the saber barrier and gets stuck to it. Oh man, we won it with freaking Michigan, man. It's one of the times we actually won. And we're actually quick. At my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks. Got the 16 and the 17. Just a little net code coming together there. 16 might have came down just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't think there's anything else until the 1 gets into the wall. Here he is. So he was really, really trying to get to our outside. Like, he had a huge run right here on exit of 2. And I was just exiting the corner like normal. But he doesn't take the run. He just... Oh, I was leaving a little bit of room there. Should have been a little bit closer. But you can tell he wanted to be on the outside. And there he had to check up behind us because we were kind of just riding the outside lane. And then we are getting a bad exit. He'd been exiting really high the whole time up towards the wall. So that allowed him to nearly get to our outside there. And then he dives it in pretty deep into 1 here. He actually gets to our outside briefly. And I get a little tight. I push up just a tiny bit. I'm coming up, but there's no way he's making it. And that kills his aero and tires most likely. And then the 2, oh, he got into the wall as well. So he didn't even have to check up for the 1. He actually tapped the wall as well, and that's what slowed both of them down. And then he had to pass the 1, and just that little bit of checkup is what allowed us to stay up in front of them, because they both had better tires than us. And we just had to not make mistakes and not put it in the wall. What do we got going on here? 13 just getting tight in turn 3 on the inside of the 4. That's what it looks like. And then the 4 turns down and hooks him. I guess payback for getting tight underneath him. It's kind of sucky. And then the 4 is grabbing the wall, and he's hitting the safer barrier. And then the 18, it's blinking. 15's grabbing it. There's a safer barrier. I got all too much experience with that, so I feel all those guys' pain. But we win the race. We win it by 8/10. Not the fastest car on track. I don't know if I can see who had the fastest lap unless we look at the results, but we win. Started second, finished first at some Michigan, and I'll take it. That's awesome.